Azerbaijan, being the host of the 29th Conference of the Parties to the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change, COP29 in November, is facing groundless hybrid attacks and an information campaign to smear the country's image. Head of the Interim Commission on Foreign Interference and Hybrid Threats. Ramid Namazov said this at a public discussion in the Milli Majlis on the topic, Hybrid Threats Against COP29. He noted that forces opposing our country are trying to exert pressure under the pretext of the small number of women in the organizing committee. Such hybrid attacks against Azerbaijan are unacceptable, Ramid Namazov emphasized. In addition, he said that the activities of the coalition called Demand Rights at COP can be considered as a direct attempt to interfere in the internal affairs of Azerbaijan. Ramid Namazov also noted that, in general, about 10,000 articles related to COP29 were published in 113 countries in the last 3.5 months. Among them were both negative and positive articles. Most of all articles related to COP29 were published in the American press, he added. Deputy Executive Director of the Media Development Agency, Natig Mamadli, said during his speech that cyber attacks and dissemination of fake information against Azerbaijan have intensified since the beginning of 2024. He also emphasized that disinformation is mainly spread through social networks. Media use this data for manipulation. This method is more characteristic of Western media. The method of fragmentation is more often used against Azerbaijan. This is the presentation of information in separate fragments in order to distort it, Natig Mamadli said, noting that the head of state also drew attention to this issue at the Global Media Forum in Shusha. Member of the Temporary Commission on Countering External Interference and Hybrid Threats, MP Gulshayan Pashayeva, in turn, noted that it is the Armenian diaspora and Armenian organizations operating in various countries of the world that are behind the majority of modern hybrid threats against Azerbaijan. According to her, the state and society should unite their efforts to jointly combat these threats. Head of the Department of the Center for Analysis of International Relations. Javed Veliev stressed during his speech that the fight against disinformation should be conducted in parallel with the preparations for COP29. He proposed to create special anti-fake pages dedicated to COP29 in social networks, through which it will be possible to refute fakes and convey the truth to the public.